Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 12 p.m. R9 Tech Bits mini-series. I'm really excited about today's presentation. We're going to be covering and talking about Google Docs a little bit deeper. And we're going to be revisiting for some of you, but maybe we're going to learn something new also together. So we're going to be talking about margins, tab stops, margins, and then also what I kind of found along the way was something interesting, fill in the blanks in Google Docs. So how can we simplify that and make that easier in our life in the world that we work in? So welcome to the Tech Bits mini-series. Some of the outcomes that we look forward to today are to become more and more familiar with Google Suites and other technology resources, identify ways of utilizing those tools in our work and in our classroom, see if we can set up those tools and practice and play together. Okay. So some tech bit norms for each of our meetings is that everybody participate if you can, but you can always choose to pass. So if I put any pressure on you and you're like, not today, April, just let me know and I'll back off. Be open and honest. Don't be afraid to take risks. We have connections. All of us are in different points and phases in our journey. So we're just trying to support each other along the way and help our growth in technology. So we want to respect and appreciate each other and look forward to the different ideas that we each have. All right. So in each of these TechBit Bitmoji presentations, I have some short tutorials that I've kind of added as resources for you to utilize. So make sure that you check those out. We're going to practice and play together a little bit on a Google Sheet that I created. And then you can always contact me or ask me any questions that you may have or any additional support that you may need. I'm always here for you. So don't be shy, reach out. I always like to hear from everyone. Okay, so on each of these series, I add notes. These notes are a little bit tedious, but for those learners that have to read step by step, there's some notes on some tab stops and margins for Google Docs, which is really interesting. And then also for the fill in the blank that we're going to be talking about today. So make sure that you visit the notes if you can. You can find them on our R9 Tech website. And what you want to do is you want to go over to the schedule, all right, 2022-2023 schedule. On our website, it's going to pull up a web published document. And this is kind of where I live and breathe. And I just add my notes and that other additional information to those areas. Sorry, it's a little bit slow today. All right. So you can always find my PowerPoints and notes right here for you to access. And then of course, a Zoom link for registrations. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in there. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about and practice and play a little bit together about how can we better utilize the margins that are available and tab stops that are available in Google Docs. So on a scale from 1 to 5, meaning 1, I've never used it, 5, I'm an expert. How do you feel about using your margins in Google Docs? Go ahead and chat your answer to me. I'd appreciate your responses. All right, 3.5. Love it. All right, never used it. Okay, awesome. 2. All right, Dolores. Okay, thank you. Wonderful. So that gives me an idea of how you feel about margins. I was kind of like the same way when I started to research about this topic. I was just like, I kind of know where to go and what to look for. Am I an expert? Do I use it all the time? No. But I do want to show you some handy tools that I've learned. And hopefully this will be new to you all because it was new to me. So whenever you're working in a Google Docs, you can kind of see that I have this little simple example paragraph letter, okay? But the way that it's activated, so there's a couple of ways that you can do this. So if I highlight a paragraph or one section of it, I can always utilize these icons on the second navigation toolbar. You have an increase decrease in indent and an increase to your indent. So if I do that, as you can see, it shifted the entire paragraph. So I'm going to click undo. Let's see what happens if I simply click my cursor on in front of the first sentence and then click the indent. Okay, same thing. So it's indenting that entire paragraph. So if I did not want to do that, okay, if I wanted to basically tab over, I can tab, which tabs in a huge amount. Okay, click my tab space. But let's say that I want to get a little bit more, specific. So I want us to focus in on these blue icons that are on the margins. Do you see the ruler that's at the top? Okay, you're going to see an arrow and you're going to see a bar, and they do specifically different things. Okay, they can work together or they can work separately, which I didn't know about. So in order for me to just shift up this top paragraph, okay, let me just highlight this just to make sure that I'm highlighting it. And I'm going to grab this top bar and I'm going to move it in a teensy bit. Now, what happened? The top sentence moved in, tabbed over, indented, so I can start my first and second and third paragraphs. So what I did was I played with this top little bar. So if I do that again, highlight, I'm going to shift that. Oops, if I can get my cursor to work right. That's me. Let's see if I can move it backwards. Okay, maybe not. So you got to play with it. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm going to do. So I'm having a little bit of, it's not what I wanted to do. Let's see. There it goes. Okay. So I set in order to move it backwards, I set my cursor in front of the first letter of the sentence. And then I was able to shift the bar backwards to indent, to put it back into place. So if I wanted to highlight this first top area again, and I wanted to grab from this arrow and pull over, if you noticed, it's going to grab the entire paragraph. So I'm sliding over the bar and the triangle icon at the same time, and that's going to give me a full indentation. Okay, kind of like what it did at this top navigation toolbar feature. So I'm going to indent back, indent back, indent back. All right. Now the same thing applies if I highlight and I move this second blue triangle drop down on your ruler. If I indent that right, I can then indent and move these around really quickly and easily. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on how I was manipulating the margins just by working in the rule toolbar with the blue icons? No, we're good? Okay. So the same thing applies. Like if I wanted to highlight this entire section that I've been working on. Let me get this all the way back. I'm sorry. I can grab the top bar and I can go and work in my indents. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's a little bit tricky. You got to have a little bit of finesse here. There it goes. And it should separate out my first sentence for all of those paragraphs and tab them in. So that's just a quick and easy way for you to do that when you're working in that type of, for that type of letter. The other thing that I'd like to talk about with you today is tab stops. I don't know if you've worked much with tab stops, but we use tab stops a lot when we're doing resumes. And you know how frustrating it is when you're working on dates and resumes and then you want to try to put the date out over in this area? So irritating. And then you're sitting there going tab, 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 trying to get it all to line up and be and formatted correctly. So the quickest and easiest way to accomplish that is really to work with tab stops. And so what you want to do is you want to grab, oh, I just see a little squirrel on the back of my wall, you guys, with a big nut in its mouth. It is so cute. Wow. Anyways, you want to grab this blue icon and let's create a tab stop. So if I wanted the tab stop to stop right here at the 550, I'm going to drop that down and see where my cursor is in front of this date. If I click my tab, oops, that's not how it was supposed to work. All right, let me try this again. All right. Ooh, that is so not what I wanted to do. So, you know, like any of us, we've just got to play with things until we get it to what we need it to do. And usually what happens with, okay, this is a show ruler. I can add left tab stop. I can add a right tab stop. Okay. So if you add a right tab stop, it's going to put that date over to the right-hand side. Same thing if I click over here. And I click my tab. Not like how not flowing at all. So let me try that again. There. See, but it's not lining up. Oh, maybe I have two going on here. For some reason, you're supposed to be able to click this blue icon and get rid of this tab stop, but it's not getting rid of it. Don't you just love technology? Let me try to do this over. There may be some formatting in here that is messing me up here. Okay. Okay, so that one is just tabbing over. What I want to do is put this right here. Nope, it's still not doing what I want it to do. So does anybody have any suggestions on what I am doing incorrectly at this moment? So basically to add us, okay, so let me start over, I'm sorry. That was just tabbing over. I'm going to grab up here. I'm going to say right tab stop. So I placed the cursor, you know, let's try to do that with this. Nope. Well, you know, this is why we don't use tab stops. Okay. Undo. Wow. And see when I'm supposed to, if you can grab this blue arrow and drag it down, it's supposed to delete the tab stop that I've created. And in this situation, it's not, it's saving it. I'm going to refresh really quickly. Maybe it's my internet. I apologize.
April, I have a quick question.
Yes.
So
Debbie.
If when I was writing the letter one day, I couldn't find the little ruler.
Mhm.
And if it doesn't pop up right away, where do I find it?
Okay, so you should be able to, let's see. There is a hidden, so there's a way that shifts the view of what you're looking at on your screen. Okay.
Under file?
Hold on, I'm sorry. So where did it go? Editing. See, I've lost all of mine. Now I've messed something up to where I can't even find. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So when I was, so there's in view mode. You can pick which mode that you're viewing in. All right. And this would show the print layout, the ruler. So I can remove all of these different types of feature at this point with the view mode. Does that help you, Debbie?
Yes.
Okay. So if you ever lose it, there's a couple, I mean, if I play with this little drop down menu icon here, that usually gives me my file, my very top navigation toolbar. And so if I want to hide it, I just roll that bad boy up, and it provides me with more real estate on the screen. If I drop that back down, it gives me my top navigation toolbar. And but I'm really not sure what view you're talking. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is maybe possibly this was not checked and it was gone from
Maybe.
what you were working in.
I'll
Does
go
that work?
back on it now in a little bit.
Okay. All right. And so, yeah, there's just so many different things that it's able to do. Now tab stops, for some reason, this one's not working for me great today. I'm not very pleased with that. I feel like I'm missing some sort of trick when working with the tab stops. But do you understand that you can move this bar and this little drop down arrow that are both blue? They can separate from each other, and you can quickly edit your document as you're working through it. The other, so fill in the blanks. Has everybody tried to do a fill in the blank on a Google Doc? And so you type in your name, and then you write, you do your little command, and you write a little bar, you do a little line there, and then you start typing, and it looks like that. Okay. It's not really a fill in the blank that you could actually utilize in a collaborative setting in a Google Doc. So really quickly, kind of an old school way of doing this to create fill in the blanks on a Google Doc quickly is the secret behind it. And a simple way to do it would be to create or insert, all right, a table. And that's basically what they're doing. They're inserting a table, all right? And then they are manipulating the chart. They are manipulating the chart to kind of look like or feel like a fill in the blank document. Okay. So if I highlighted this and then oops, it's not what I wanted. I'm looking for another piece here. Okay. And then I just simply went down to this, oops. Don't you just love it when things don't work? Huh. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Well, the theory behind this is that I should be able to hide the blocks that I've created for this chart. So I should be able to gray out everything in this field except for that underline or what would be the line on the bottom. And that's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to highlight this chart to get rid of all of the borders and the little block that it's working in is not like right here. I should be able to do that like that. And it's not, maybe it's technology difficulty today, you guys. Does anybody have any suggestions on what I'm not trying?
If you make the borders transparent, will they go away?
Right, so that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm looking right here. Do you see that little pop-up?
Right, no, up at the top, on the top bar where you could pick what color to make them.
Oh, here?
Yeah. Try that.
I did. Okay. It's still showing. It's just me, you guys. Let's see if I can go into here.
If you make the borders white,
Ooh, okay, let's trick it even more. I like your outside the box thinking there. Let's see. No. That is so bizarre. Okay, there we go. We did it white. All right. So this is my second field. And I wanted to do just, let's see if we can get this to underline underneath. Yes, but now it's white. Okay. This is really not how it's supposed to work. It's not. Jeez. Okay, wait. Border. Let's do this first. And now change it. Change the color. Nope. It's just giving me the whole entire border. I'm sure it's just me. I'm pretty sure it's just me, but I'm obviously doing something. Oh, Dolores. Oh, I can't hear you.
I think I got it to work.
Okay, what did you do?
I went ahead and I used the white color, so you didn't see anything. Then I went to the section that I want the underline. So I went back in. No, I went to the little boxes and I did the underline.
Okay, like this.
One underneath. Okay. Then I
Okay.
changed the color to black. Go up to the color. You have to
Okay,
have it highlighted though.
I have to have it highlighted. Okay, highlight. Okay, good. And then I just go to the border color
Mhm.
or this, the
No,
border, right?
exactly where you're at, and I went black. But what you're doing is you're highlighting the whole thing. So if you highlight only the bottom, when you put those little square boxes up, if you just put the underline,
Mm-hmm.
go up to your boxes. Now go to the second row right there. Click it. Okay, now don't do anything right now. Wow. You have
Okay.
to get rid of the whole thing first. So put everything in white or clear. Go up to the color and go to clear. Perfect. Now,
You know what? Let me start over. It's gonna bug me, you guys. I'm so sorry. Insert, table. All right. Now at this point, I should be able to manipulate it, right?
yes,
Okay, so if I only wanted to do that, but it's still highlighting.
no, you need to go to the clear first. Go back to that blue block box that you had originally,
Okay,
right there.
okay,
Go to the
clear.
color first,
Color first,
and clear it, clear.
transparent.
Mhm.
You know, I think it's just plain me today, you guys. I am so sorry. I'm not really sure what's happening. And I keep trying to refresh. It may possibly be internet as well. But the idea behind filling in the blanks, the quick and easy way to do this on a Google Doc would be to create your chart and then manipulate the box outlines. So you could just simply remove and make all of the lines transparent and then add the lines strategically where you would like your students to populate or your teachers to populate the fields. Okay, so it becomes a fillable fill in the blank, and it doesn't shift the line or make a space in between the line for all of your active documents. So that was really good. Now, the other thing, and I'm sorry, I took time doing that and it was very frustrating, but the other thing that I'd like to kind of walk through with you, and I haven't played with this yet, but I'm kind of excited about it, is there is a add-on, a Google add-on. And this basically is a lifesaver for teachers. And I don't know if your teachers are using it or not, but it's called Clozeit, Clozeit, okay? So the way that we want to find this little app or addition is go to your extensions, go to add-on, okay, get add-on. Now you're gonna have to check with your technology administration probably if you're at the school to open it up for you. So, because I had to ask my guy to open it up. So at the search bar at the top, go Clozeit, all right, Clozeit, okay, Clozeit. And basically this add-on, we're going to install it, get permissions, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to sign in under my April Frost Region 9 account for it to add, blah, blah, blah. It's going to give you all these things. You just say allow, and it's going to install. Clozeit has been installed. Okay, so the way that we find it is looking on our add-ons. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to add-ons. Oh, there it is right here. Sorry, start. Okay, so I'm going to start this add-on. All right, so the amazing thing about Clozeit is I can create, so all of the words that I have highlighted in this paragraph, I can create fill in the blanks really quickly with a word blank in a second. Okay, so if I'm a teacher and I'm creating these documents for my students, I can save this, and I can click on this create worksheet with a word bank, and it's going to, voila, take all of my highlighted words, voila, Viola is what I'm saying. And then here is my word bank, you guys. How many years have we been doing this without this add-on? Oh my gosh, I almost died when I saw this add-on. This is just a huge lifesaver. But just keep in mind that if you did share this with another, like this could be your master, but you'd have to create another copy possibly and get rid of your word bank if you don't want your word bank to show up for your students or your staff. And the other thing is this, you can provide hints. So option 1 is just as simple with no hints. And then option 2, you can actually create a word bank. Hold on, let me start over. I'm going to get rid of this word bank. Okay. And I'm going to back this up. Sorry, I'm going to start here. And I'm going to go to option 2, which is create worksheet with hints and word bank. So it's going to take that first letter of every word that you have highlighted and leave it in the blank. Okay, for your students or staff to have a hint, and then they can populate it. And then your word bank's at the bottom. Are you guys about to die and fall out of your seat? Because I just thought that was super easy. Ay. So close it. Close it is the add-on of the day for your staff and students. Anyways, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording, stop sharing. Does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry today was kind of a debacle. But I really do appreciate all of your time that you've, spent with me hanging out for noon. So any questions so far?